It was a cold night last night, but we did not see too many locations get to near freezing. Tonight, different story, because we now have clear skies and far less wind than we did late yesterday evening and earlier this morning. 50 degrees is our current temperature. That is the high for the day. And dew points low 30s, a very dry air mass in place. Finally, we feel like winter. But it's not going to last for very long. Today's high, 50 degrees, is 12 degrees below the average and a full 30 degrees below our record high of 80 degrees. We were setting records left and right last week. Notice our high today is only 4 degrees away from our normal low this time of year. 35 was the low at Kenner, but again, we had cloud cover and stronger winds. That prevented us from getting as cold overnight. Clear skies outside right now. We will be getting several degrees colder than we were this morning. Notice locations this morning, where will we at or below freezing? Hammond out toward Baton Rouge, Houma and Morgan City. The city, Slidell, Bogalusa, all stayed above freezing, but tomorrow morning, a different story. 40s and low 50s outside right now, and with those clear skies, as soon as the sun goes down, these temperatures are going to plummet. Lighter winds as well. That allows for what we call radiational cooling, and with high pressure setting right over us, these are like the perfect conditions to get very cold overnight tonight. Our frontal system is now moving off of the East Coast. Good news is we saw finally some snowfall across the East Coast and the New England states, where they finally had more of a measurable snow for the first time this year. But notice what is already starting to happen out to our west. Temperatures are beginning to warm, and we will begin a warming trend tomorrow. As we just barely hit 50 degrees today, we'll be in the upper 50s tomorrow. Cold air across much of the nation, but the Arctic air has left. It has moved back up into northern Canada, in Alaska, and it doesn't look like that's going to be moving south anytime soon. So yes, we will see more cold snaps coming, but probably not as cold. So we will need to prepare for a freeze overnight tonight. I do not think either side of the lake will really have to worry about the pipes. If you're concerned, it's going to be more areas on the north shore into Mississippi, especially. So Washington Parish, northern Tangi, if you want to make sure that those pipes are protected, those would be the only areas that we really need to worry about it, as will likely be in the upper 20s, low 30s on the north shore. Some areas in the metro area below freezing to start the day tomorrow. Then by Wednesday morning, we're back into the 40s. Chilly, but not nearly as cold. And then notice, each and every morning through Thursday will be a little bit warmer. Then another front moves through for Friday. That'll send our temperatures 30s and 40s. Friday morning, we may be flirting with some near freezing temperatures north of the lake, but not quite as cold. And as well as our morning lows, the afternoon highs will be kind of that up and down. So not as warm as we were last week, but the ups and downs have begun once again, as we'll be back into the low 70s by Thursday, cooling down for a high on Friday, then a warmer, more humid weekend, not 80s, but 70s, and then another cold front as we start next week. So here's what we're looking at in the next few days. Cold night tonight, maybe a few passing clouds, but otherwise mostly clear. As we go into the day tomorrow, we'll likely see a few more breaks or a few more times we'll have a little bit of passing cloud cover, but also tomorrow we're going to see a southerly wind that starts to bring back the warmer, more humid air. Here comes a front which is going to stall on Wednesday and then finally move through on Thursday, bringing in another shot of cold air, but that too doesn't last for very long. So we are going to begin our warming trend. Still a chilly day tomorrow, highs only in the upper 50s. Then we're back into the upper 60s, low 70s. Another front on Friday cools us down for about a day before we warm up into the weekend, and then another front as we head into the start of next week.
You're earning your money this week.
It's very much the ups and downs. I'll take the ups and downs opposed to the 80s,
yes,
like we saw last week.
Yes, thank you, Chris. Well, for many people